Hi friends, welcome back to your YouTube video. Today we'll be discussing on Bank Nifty, and this is a fantastic observation which I wanted to share with all of you guys. So we'll be discussing multi-time frame on the Bank Nifty and the view going forward, and something which is very important observation both from a short-term view as well as from a long-term view, because we know that after the 2 days back, the big correction on the Bank Nifty as well as on the Nifty, there is a lot of question mark that whether this rally is a durable rally, what level to go short if one has to go short, what level to cut your in long positions, what level to expect that the index will break past above the the previous high and probably restart its uptrend. So all of those factors gets simplified with this very short and small video which I'm presenting with to all of you guys. Before I start, I'll request everyone so that all the ones who have been new subscribers to YouTube, you have to just click on the bell button, click on the subscribe button, and make sure that you get availed for these kind of interesting stuff and interesting videos which we keep doing regularly. So we'll start off with the observations on the Bank Nifty. And so as you can see that this is the price chart of Bank Nifty. I've just drawn a horizontal line. This is the blue line, which you can see a horizontal line, which just connects the the 2 days back of low on the Bank Nifty. It was just a touch and go movement below the 29,000 mark. What's very interesting about the chart pattern is not something which is related to price, but it's related to something which is the indicator. And I've mapped up the RSI, that's the relative strength index. And I'm sure all of you guys are actually aware of what the RSI is. So I'll not go into in-depth detail, but every trend typically marks a certain behavior and a characteristic of RSI, and that is what demarcates one rally to the other rally. So the market tends to break a certain set of range. We then expect that the RSI has to break past a certain behavior. Now, as you can see, I've drawn again the lower grid, which is the RSI. This is the RSI indicator, as you can see, plotted on the daily charts for the Nifty. This is the blue line which I have marked for the RSI. Again, that's the 60 line. 60 is also generally considered to be a good, relative, I would say an absolute number, which determines that whether the markets are getting into a momentum zone or whether the markets have already crossed that momentum part. So as you can see start of 2020, from start of 2020, the RSI was trading below this blue resistance trend line. We'll call it as the 60 trend line for the last 10-11 months. Start of November, end of October and start of November is where you saw the first time RSI breaking past about this mark. As you can see, this is the first time when RSI had broken past about the 60 trend line. The moment we saw the RSI breaking past, the Bank Nifty was just 24,800, 24,500. From here on, we saw a completely different pace of move on Bank Nifty. That's the importance of RSI. When RSI generally breaks past above its major resistance zones, as well as changes its behavior, you see an altogether new beast or a new kind of a rally which enters into the market or in that particular asset class. In this case, it's the Bank Nifty. Now, what is so important about the observations on RSI? The most important part is, as you can see, that you look at these portions over here. The RSI took resistance at the 60 trend line. We saw a touch and go movement up higher, but then it failed to sustain, and you saw a bigger correction seeping in. In this rally, which you've seen, starting from the 24,000 odd mark, we've seen that the RSI for the first time has come back to this 60 trend line mark. Now, if you look at the last 1 year of chart pattern, which I was indicating, this generally indicates that now the support line over here, which is the 29,000 mark on the Bank Nifty, is now an extremely strong support zone. So if there is a case, assuming if there is any round of a further correction, and if the Bank Nifty breaks past below the 29,000 mark and closes below this trend line, more importantly, if the RSI breaks past below the 60 trend line, we can expect a change of behavior, a change of trend, which could be possible for the banking index. So this is something which is going to be extremely important for all of you guys who are holding on to long positions, who've been excited with the 2 days of rally. Yes, the excitement could prevail, possibility, new high, all of those can't be ruled out. But the only catch, which this rally has, is the support and the support of the RSI. So just ensure that to avail as a stop loss. I believe that this 29,000 mark on the Bank Nifty, or more importantly, the 60 level RSI on the daily charts, I think is something which is going to be very important. Now, one of the questions which many traders were asking, that why all of a sudden that the Bank Nifty just halted at that 31,000 mark? Why didn't the rally break past about that 31,000, 32,000 levels as well? The answer to that is also very, very simple. As you can see that, I've now just changed the time zone, and this is now the weekly chart for the Bank Nifty. Again, more important over here is to watch the RSI. As you can see that the RSI again on the weekly charts has come back to the level of 60. So on the daily chart, we crossed back above the 60 mark, almost a month and a half back. On the weekly charts, we have still not crossed the 60 mark. So the 60 is acting as a resistance for the banking index. And that's where you can see that from 31,000, the Bank Nifty corrected to sub 29,000 level in just a matter of 1 week, which means that it's giving importance more towards the 60 RSI. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Which battle, the Bank Nifty breaks past first, whether it's the weekly RSI, which break past, about the 60 mark. If that happens, we are talking of, a rally which could be at least another 2,000 points on the Bank Nifty. So if the weekly RSI breaks past about the 60 mark, we could expect at least a minimum 2,000 to 2,500 points kind of rally, and that also then depends on in how many weeks that the Bank Nifty continues to rally up higher. The more prolonged the rally, the more is the possible gain or the probable gain for the index. But at least looking at the shape of the previous breakouts, I would expect that a break past about the 60 level on the weekly RSI could lead to a possibility, and a strong possibility, of even a new high. On the daily charts, as I said, that important to note is that we need to see that what are the short-term supports. If the Bank Nifty breaks past below the 29,000 mark, then we could be in for a one more round of a steeper correction. Then we need to see how the RSI behaves around that 60 odd mark. But the much more bigger trend, and I'm sure you guys who generally do the analysis from a long term chart to a medium term chart to a short term chart, there's a reason why I went into a bit of a reverse mode, looking at the daily charts first, then the weekly, and then the long term charts. Now on the long term charts, as you can see, this is the quarterly RSI for the banking index. Now, as you can see, in 2013 is where the RSI had broken past about the 60 mark on the quarterly Bank Nifty chart, and from there on, the Bank Nifty went into a multi-quarter uptrend. So this rally for Bank Nifty lasted for almost 4 years, from 2014 to almost 2018 top. In 4 years, the Bank Nifty rallied from 9,500 to as high as 32,000. Now, this quarter so far in the month of December, assuming that the next couple of days, the Bank Nifty doesn't correct in such a steep manner that it reverses back and falls below the 60 quarterly RSI. So, assuming that the Bank Nifty closes past about the 60 RSI on the quarterly charts, we could be in for something of this category kind of a breakout. So, for long-term traders who are holding long positions, I believe that the quarterly RSI is something which you should be looking at. This is a very, very strong indication on the quarterly RSI, extremely strong indication on the quarterly RSI. And that, I believe, could probably lead to the a possibility of a multi-year uptrend for the Bank Nifty. For someone who's looking at all these three time frames and variety of time frames, as you can see that there are distinct and very strong indications which are given by the RSI. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to leave your comment, and of course, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the like button. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. Thank you.